WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Hello. It is Monday at 4 o'clock, so it must be the Community Bell Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We are always happy to see all of our visitors, questions, and all the comments you make. We appreciate you. A couple of things before I introduce our special guest. You know, one of our frequent guests, Dwight Harris, was in an accident this past Wednesday. He was riding his bike and a car ran a stop sign and hit him. His knees are fractured. He's got 2 fractures in his neck. He's got some facial injuries. So keep Dwight in your prayers. He came home from the hospital today. He's hanging in there, but my goodness, folks, stop driving so fast. It is not that important that you run over somebody to get to where you're going. So stop driving so fast. But Dwight's We send our prayers and our love to you. We know you're going to be okay. So everybody here at WVTC says, hang in there. We love you. We'll be praying for you. But everybody, stop driving so fast. We don't need to get there that fast. Okay. Now, another thing, and I know Sandy and the folks announced it, but let me tell you that Alicia Bell, chairperson of the Wayne County Board of Commissioners, was elected second vice president of the National Association of Counties, all 3,069 of them throughout the country. She's second vice president. In 2 years, she will be the president. She will be only the third Black female to serve in that role in 90 years. And so we are just really excited and just really happy for her, and keep her in your prayers. She's going to have to do a lot of traveling, and that's okay. And we're just going to keep her in prayer. And congratulations, Madam Chair, Alicia Renee Bell, member of New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church, where she was baptized almost 40 years ago. Probably over 40 years ago. My gosh, that's scary to me to say that. Oh my. Okay. I'll just say thank you, Lord, for watching her, over her, and keeping her all these years. Now, special. And I know many of you have asked me for the last 7 years, okay, when's New Prospect going to get a pastor? And at first I tried to talk to you about it. And then finally I just said, you know what? We're going to get him when the Lord sends him to us. So just stop asking me. Lord's going to send him the right person. And the Lord has sent us the right person. And it happened to have been on our 100th year anniversary that he sent him. You know, he works things out the way he wants to work them out. And so I am just thrilled to introduce to you my pastor, Reverend Davis. Reverend Davis, welcome to the Community Bell Show.
Bill, thank you for the invite. Bell Show.
I am so glad you are able to be here, and so glad to be able to introduce you as my pastor of New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church. It's certainly an honor to have you with us. And everybody, see my pastor. I told you we were going to get a pastor when the Lord was ready for us to have one. You didn't believe him. And here we are. Here we are. Pastor Davis. Tell us about Pastor Davis. Tell us where you came from, how you got decided you wanted to be a pastor. I think it runs in the blood, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to let you say that.
Well, Miss Bill, I've came from North Carolina, a rural community called Loudsville, North Carolina. It currently has less than 600 people that live there, only a caution light, and not even a Walmart or even a Myers, nowhere near the community. A very small community, but it is the home of the color purple. And so that great film was filmed there, which is a reminder that God can do great things from people who come from small places and small communities, much like Jesus, who came from the small community of Nazareth, but God done great things.
Absolutely. How about that? You know, when you talk about small places, I know about small places. I spent summers in Parkdale, Arkansas.
Oh.
Population 110. There was a railroad track, and that's as much as we remember. But Parkdale, Arkansas, with my aunt and Alicia and my daughter Sonia spent their summers in Parkdale, Arkansas. And I just think it was so great because they had a chance to go outside and play, and they could play all day and nobody worried about them, well, where they were and what they were doing. And Uncle Jack, who was my uncle, would go outside and burst a watermelon off the vine right out the front yard, and they had fresh watermelons and fresh fruit, and Lee would do all that. These were my mother's relatives, and there were 17 of them.
Wow.
A lot of them. And so when you talk about small towns produce some really great people and do some great things for young people. I wish some other of our young people had a chance to go to small towns and spend some summers in small towns and have the freedom that those kids had and we had with getting the eggs from the roosters in the morning and having fresh eggs and, you know, all the milking the cows and all those kinds of things that some of these children never get out of the city. Some of them don't even get off their block to go to downtown Detroit, let alone out of the city. So it was a good bringing up for my kids and for me to go to those small towns in the South.
As you was mentioning the eggs and the cows and
Mhm.
all of that, it brought back memory that remind me of my childhood. Actually, my father, who he had 8 siblings, and my mother had 9 siblings. My father is James Melvin Davis, and my
Mhm.
mother is Juanita Davis. They are deacon and deaconess of a rural church in Waysburg, North Carolina, where I was uh, baptized at the age of 12 and at the age of 19 while I was a sophomore at the North Carolina A&T State University. God called me to ministry.
Wow.
My pastor, when I shared with him my calling, he said it wasn't a surprise.
Oh.
I was one of the few teenagers that he would call to do the altar prayer
Mm.
during Sunday morning worship. And so I was grateful to accept the call to ministry at the age of 19. And I've been pastoring since the age of 21.
Wow.
And so I'm grateful for the call that God has on my life.
Wow. Real early.
Yeah, real early.
Pastoring since 21. And you actually had a church at 21?
Yes, the first church was called Pleasant Hill Baptist Church in Ansonville, North Carolina, historical church. The church has been in existence for 150 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was the not pastor selected to serve at that church. I served there from age 21 to 30.
Wow. Yeah. So this is you've been around a while doing this
Yeah.
pastoring work. That's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing. I'm telling you, 21. And then some young folk aren't even figuring out what's going on in their lives at 21, let alone able to be a pastor of a church.
Well, I learned a lot as a pastor. And so in some way, I was a preacher, but in some ways I was the son of the church as well. And so I took that and used it to my advantage.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, how you were 21 and became a pastor. You were in college at the time.
Yes, ma'am.
You were, and you pledged Kappa at the same time.
Well, actually, I did not get an opportunity to pledge Kappa at North Carolina A&T State University because the Kappas were off the yard at the time.
Okay, they had
And
a issue or two.
So I had to wait it out,
Okay.
and then I pledged alumni chapter in 2021.
Okay. That I've heard that story before. The folks had pledged alumni
Yeah.
chapter because they were
And
not able to do it.
there was no other option. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't be an alpha, and I wouldn't definitely be a omega. I don't bark like dogs.
Okay. Now I know there's some of you guys out there. Don't be calling me talking about he said we bark like because you do bark now. No, that's not even a question for discussion. We know, but the Divine Nine is a special group of folk who have done great things for this country and around the world, actually.
Certainly.
And so they really are. When we were in Philadelphia last week at the National Association of Counties, so we were leaving, the Alphas were coming in for their conference in Philadelphia.
Okay.
and then the Qs were here in Detroit for their conference. And of course, the Kappas just came back from Arizona for their. So they,
And the Deltas just came back from DC.
Yes.
By the way, congratulations to you on behalf of your daughter, Alicia Bell, who was elected the second vice president of the National Association of Counties.
Thank you.
We're so grateful that she's a member of the church, but also she has much time for the church and for the community. I was blessed to attend her Father's Day luncheon back in May,
Mhm.
and we had over 100 men. It was just food, fellowship, and it was good to see one of our community leaders, one of our officers, giving back to the community. So often there's a hand to receive, but from her, she's always giving back. So thank you and congratulations.
I appreciate that. She is a very special young lady. She really is. I'm you never know what your children are going to do. You sit back and you pray and you hope, and you never know what they're going to decide to do. And it's just a blessing that she has done extremely well and continue to be a part of the community and continue to give back with all of the things that she does. And we're just real grateful.
Well, she had an excellent example, a great model in yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. I must say, she and Sonia were on the campaign trail with me many a time.
Oh wow!
They started early because before I became a county commissioner, I was on the Detroit School Board for 10 years, and I must say that school board jobs are probably to me the toughest jobs, political jobs, because you're dealing with people's babies. You're dealing with their treasure, and it's hard to sometimes deal with other folks' children. And it's a tough job, but it was a rewarding job. I never imagined that I would be elected to anything, let alone have gone on to become county commissioner. And it was a blessing. I guess God sends you where you need it when you need it. But I wasn't sure I wanted to go because a couple of times I turned it down.
Oh, wow.
and they kept coming back. I said, okay, I guess I'll do it this time. It turned out well, and I'm just excited that Alicia is doing so well and continues to do well. And one of the reasons she's just now running is because she had 2 children, and she told him, she said, I've got 2 children that I need to raise first priority before I go jump out into the rest of that, because that position requires a lot of traveling, lots of meetings, and her children at the time were much younger, and so now they are 16 and 17. Her oldest son, Cranston, will be 18 on the 31st of this month, and Morgan will be 17 on October 9th. I can't even believe I'm saying this. My grandchildren are going to be that old.
Yes.
And he's off to Alabama A&M in August. And so she said, now that they are older, I've got time. I can do this.
Speaking of Cranston, it was a joy to baptize him this summer. We had the privilege of baptizing 9 persons on the first Sunday in July, and he was one of the persons that was baptized. I was trying to get him to change his mind and go to the North Carolina A&T State University, but he said he was on his way to Alabama. Yeah. A great selection. And so it's good to know that not only is your daughter, but your grandchildren are doing well as well.
It is that's the important part. And as much as you love your children, there's something special about grandchildren. There's something special about seeing your grandchildren grow up and do well. Those 3 babies. Sonia has 1, and Grant, and Alicia's 2. Grant is at Florida A&M doing well. He'll be at Alabama A&M. We're not sure where Morgan's going to be. She's thinking University of Michigan, but wherever it is, she'll be just fine. But it's real interesting to watch your children grow up. But then when your grandchildren start growing up, that's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother ball game. And so I'm just excited that the young people at New Prospect now are going to be able to have that church experience that my kids had, because Alicia and Sonia and all of their buddies had a great time at church. They had the gospel choir that all these young folks used to sing in, and all these other events that went on at church. And that's when they were going someplace with their friends from church. I think that's important, that they have friends at church to go someplace with, and not friends from other places. I'm not saying the other places aren't great, but to have friends at church is much better. And so I'm just glad to see that our youth department is coming back.
Yeah, we were excited about our youth department. As I just stated, that we had the privilege of baptizing 9 persons this past first Sunday in July, and we have a goal to reach 100 souls for Christ in 2025. We're currently at number 43, and I believe God for entire 100 before the year of 2025 is over with. But our youth are a large number of those persons that are giving their life to God. We recently just had our vacation Bible school.
Yes.
And our vacation Bible school, the theme was explosive joy, God's laboratory of explosive joy. And there were so many children every day coming together for fun, for fellowship, and growing in their faith. And on that Friday, we had a fun day where they were able to go out into the outside area and just do all of the activities, the moon bounce, the water slides. And so our youth has had a blast. And then every 3rd and 4th Sunday, they worship together in the Dr. Wilmo Johnson Chapel, where all youth are together. And yesterday they worshiped the Lord in their own way, had a youth message in their own way. And we're just so excited about the progress of our youth. And we're praying earnestly that through this discipleship journey and through the youth ministry, that as they go back to school, they'll make great decisions. They'll have the favor of God in their life, and they'll let their light shine.
Yes.
where they'll be a good example before the other youth, in a way where they won't follow, but they will be leaders. And so
Yes.
that is our prayer. We're just so excited about the youth of the New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church.
And I'm just pleased to watch it. I just sit back and watch it. Wow. How about this? This is special. It's special. It's a special place. And you came, I think, at the right time. God sends you what you need when you need it.
Mm.
And I think he sent you to us because we needed, and you came at a special time. And we appreciate that. I appreciate it. I know a lot of other folks appreciate it so much because it says something about the community, uh, that you welcome someone that's going to do right by you. Gonna do the right thing, gonna say the right thing, gonna act the right. We need to know that the people that are leading us are doing the right thing, and I appreciate you for that because particularly as relates to our young people. Our young people are having some tough times, and if they're having tough times because some of their parents are having times, and sometimes young people will lead parents
Yeah.
to the altar when parents didn't even know they needed to be led.
Mm.
And so, as we look at our young people and watch what they do, sometimes the parent will say, "Oh, guess what my kid is going. I guess I better get up and go too."
Mm.
And so, sometimes young people will be the ones that lead the way, and then we just appreciate that. For instance, like you're still a young man.
Yes, ma'am.
You're a young man, and so you're gonna lead the way for people who need to be led, people who recognize that the word of God comes in all sorts of ways. And you never know when it's coming or where it's coming from, but you pretty much know when you hear it.
Well, certainly, youth are very important. They're also important to Jesus.
Mhm.
There was one occasion where the youth were trying to get the attention of Jesus, approach Jesus, and the disciples and others would push the children away. And Jesus says, "Suffer not the little children to come into me, for such is the kingdom of God." And if the children are special to Jesus, then certainly they are special to myself, and certainly they are special to New Prospect. And it's good to know that we have members at New Prospect that have a love and a passion and a care for young people. We recently had the opportunity to go to historic Montgomery, Alabama, and we would not be able to go if it was not for the members of the New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church sponsoring those. They were able to fly and able to ride around and also participate in the National Baptist Convention, USA Incorporated, but also tour Montgomery and find out about our rich history. So it was
Yes.
there where they were able to see and learn a little bit about the history of Rosa Parks
Mhm.
and how she began the sit-in movement in 1955 during the bus boycott, and so many others. They were able to go to the Dream Center and learn a little bit about the history of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so they were able to do that all because of the love that our members have for the youth at New Prospect. So I say thank you, Ms. Bell, for warm-hearted members like you, for being intentional about giving the youth the things that they need.
And again, it's so important. We feel good. At least I feel good. I love doing it. I feel good that I'm able to help somebody's child. Somebody help mine. I'm just happy that we're able to do that. And we have the relationship with the school right across the street from us, Pasteur School, that we've partnered with over the years and are still partnering with. And we have deacons who or trustees who go over there and work with those young people. And we provided what was it, gloves, I think, for them during the wintertime. And um, the people at school recognize the importance of the relationship between church and children in the school system. And what I would just love to see is that every church adopt a school, that every church get involved with whatever the school is near you. And if you don't have a school near you, go find one that's the closest one to you. Go find a school and adopt that school so that children can see that, that place that people say, oh, that church over there, it's not really over there. It's part of us.
Part of us.
And we make those children feel welcome. And it isn't even about a theology. It's not about teaching them, what kind of religion you ought to have. It's just, let's take care of the babies.
Take care of the baby.
Just take care of the babies. And if we do that, I think the world is going to be okay, but we got a lot of taking care of to do because somehow, some of our adults aren't
Mhm.
necessarily taking care of the babies. And so we need to help them understand that everybody's job is to take care of the babies. You see that I tell people, my kids, my grandkids are going to be okay, but they've got to live in the world with the rest of them. So I've got to make sure all the kids are okay so
Mhm.
that my grandkids and all the other young people around are okay. So they all have a world that's going to be a comfortable world and a productive world for them to live in.
Certainly, every kid matters, every person matters. I noticed that in the Gospels, Jesus speaks of a parable,
Mhm.
and he literally left 99 sheep to go
Mm.
find the one sheep that had strayed away.
Mhm.
Just reminding us of how even every one person matters. And so we want to really model that at New Prospect.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, tell us what other kind of plans you might have for uh, us folks that do prospect.
Well, it's so much. Again, we have the 100 souls for Christ in
Mhm.
2025. That is something that we cannot do as an individual.
Mhm.
That's something that we have to do collectively. And so each person can reach one, each family can reach one as we reach our 100 souls of Christ. And as persons become members at New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church, we believe their lives are going to transform. As their
Mhm.
lives transform, their homes will transform. As their homes transform, school systems will transform, and our communities will transform for the better. We want a beloved community. The King talked about the beloved community, and it's our goal to spread love. And so, 100 souls for Christ is a goal that we're working on. But then also, our Men's Day is closely approaching.
Mm.
The fourth Sunday in August, August the 24th at 10 a.m. We're going to have our annual Men's Day. And I gave our men the privilege of coming up with any theme, any color, anything they want to do approaching our Men's Day. But I gave them one goal, and that was to have at least a 75 men males chorus.
Oh, wow.
And and hopefully we reach that goal. We believe our men are going to lead us in worship on that day. I'm looking forward to seeing the men sing some songs, and some of our men are still cool, and they may bring out some of the Motown soul
All right.
in worship, and that certainly their spouses, their children, and the community will be there to support our men. So we're excited about our Men's Day. We recently also established what you call a small group Bible studies. We have about 13 small groups where persons are studying in an intimate environment with between 10 and 15 persons. The small group Bible study has been very helpful. As a matter of fact, one person was able to give their life to Christ through the small group Bible
Wow.
study. And so those two things are kind of closely approaching. There's so many things that we're doing, but we are certainly looking forward to our annual Men's Day. Every year, the women always outnumber
Well, yeah,
the men.
we do.
But this year,
Yeah,
we're going to outnumber.
the challenge has been issued, ladies. The challenge has been issued. So we may have to work extra hard this year on Women's Day, but the challenge has been issued. And you were talking about the Motown sound and singing. Levi Stubbs, who was a member of the Four Tops, was a member of New Prospect.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he was a member of New Prospect. So there's some Motown history there.
So Motown
Yeah,
history at
yes,
New Prospect.
Yes, didn't live far from lived in the community, rest over there in Palmer Park, Palmer Woods area, and his. So we got a little history of folk who sang, as they say.
Yes.
They sang and they sang well. Yes.
I love the singing. I love the music at New Prospect. All of our choirs have been a blessing.
Yes.
And I understand that we have a few others that have sung with Aretha Franklin and others that are part of the New Prospect Church.
Yes, we've had some quite a number of wonderful songsters at New Prospect. Yes, it's been a blessing, and we still have I'm going to think of her name in a minute. Mildred Scott.
Miss Mildred.
Mildred Scott. Yes, Mildred Scott is sings in the women's choir, and so we've got some folks who have done well in the music industry, who've been members of New Prospect. So it's an exciting.
Yeah, I've gotten everything that I can ever imagine in this first 6 months of pastoring, except for one thing. I asked if I can get a Detroit Lions ticket, and
Oh, you haven't got
and
the game yet.
and I understand that they're sold out for the entire year.
Well, yeah. Okay, listening audience, the pastor has requested somebody got a ticket someplace. Somebody got a ticket someplace. There's a suite someplace that somebody got a ticket to. So,
Yeah, I believe in balance in life. I think that balance is very important. Motown, soul, the music is important. But one of the other things that we have here in the city of Detroit is our sports.
Absolutely.
We had the privilege of going to the youth at New Prospect, had the privilege of going to the Detroit Tigers game.
Yes.
At the time, they were winning in the American League. And then I had opportunity to see the Detroit Pistons in the playoff game, the last game, game 6.
Wow.
They battled all year long, had a
They
great
did.
season. And then the Lions had a wonderful season last year. My prayer is that they go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh,
this
my
year.
goodness. That would be absolutely incredible. I can't even imagine what would happen if the Lions went to the Super Bowl. It was really incredible when we had the NFL draft here last year and we had 700,000 people. Who knew? But if they go to the Super Bowl, I'm not sure if the city can hold all the folk. It'll be quite an exciting times. But listeners, remember, Pastor Davis looking for a ticket to Lions game.
Yes, ma'am.
Lions game. Any game, he won't be choosy, just a ticket to a game now. So remember that. Remember that. Yeah. But it's a fun place. And the good news is, we got some good people in this city.
Yes.
We've got some really, really people who care about other people in the city. We got some wonderful pastors, some wonderful churches. It's just been it's a good place. Most cities would say that same thing about their cities. Well, I'm got a prejudice on Detroit. It's the best. So I'm just gonna say that, everybody. You know what I think about that. So it's a good place to be. And so those of you who are looking for a place to call home, come on over to Detroit and then come on down to New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church. Wonderful place to call home. You will love us at New Prospect because we're just good people. Down home, everyday, smiling people. So we'd love to have you come visit. Come visit us. You'll see. And then you'll be back. You'll come back. Right, Pastor?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We like to say that there's no experience like the New Prospect experience.
All right.
And so we encourage everyone to come experience New Prospect. It's an experience like none other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, tell me, as you're new to the city, what are some of the things that you have found about the city that you didn't know?
Well, growing up in the South, I heard that Southern people can cook the best. And I may be biased, but when I came here at the restaurants, the food is absolutely delicious. Some of my favorites are the following. One of them is Fixins. I go to a restaurant downtown called Fixins.
Yes, you do. We know we've been there.
And it's really delicious. The atmosphere, the ambiance is amazing. I also like Lily Mae's. I stumbled upon the driving through Southfield, and I ate some of their oxtail. And that food was amazing. And then we have members that are owners of Motor City, Motor City restaurant. And I actually went there 4 or 5 times. And I still, they didn't know I was the pastor of New Prospect. And so the food has been delicious. I knew, just a little bit I heard about Motown, but to actually see Motown Museum with my own eyes, and to be in that particular museum, it literally made the hairs on my body stand up, to be in that great place where so much music was organized, so much music was sung and developed. And just the stories behind those artists that came through Motown. And so that was very, 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 very instrumental, and it was very encouraging just to know about the history. But then also the faith community is very strong.
Yes.
New Prospect is a great, great, great church, a pillar in this community. And to hear about the former leaders in the person of Dr. Wimble Johnson, who served as pastor at New Prospect for several years. I call myself visiting Dr. J. Drew Sheard
Yes, yes,
at Greater
yes,
Emmanuel
yes.
just last week.
Mhm.
And when I told him who I was, the secretary and the church staff began to just tell me so much about Dr. Johnson. And wherever I go,
Yes.
they say you're where Dr. Johnson was at, and
Yes.
I know that church. She had such great history, and then beyond her, Reverend S.L. Whitney is a name that is not only known in the city of Detroit, but in the National Baptist Convention and throughout the nation. Persons talk about S.L. Whitney. And then New Prospect is known, but churches like New Bethel,
Yes.
where the late C.L. Franklin served as pastor for so many years. And then now Dr. Bob Smith is there, and the Tabernacle Baptist Church, and Dr. Gilchrist Adams and his church. And so the faith community is very, very, very strong. I wouldn't want to be any other place besides the city of Detroit. God is blessed and favored in a mighty way.
Absolutely. And then I just believe that God sends you where you need to be when you need to be there. We didn't have a pastor for 8 years because it wasn't time. God said, no, hold on. I will just hold on. I'm getting him ready. Hold on. He'll be there. And well, here you are.
And speaking of getting ready, I served at my second pastorate was Zion Baptist Church. It's called Big Zion in the state of South Carolina.
Okay.
I served there for exactly 7 years. I know that New Prospect was without a pastor for 7 years, and on the 8th year, I was called. So I like to tell Zion, thank you. I often tell them thank you because I feel like that was a training place, a place of preparing me to coming here to Detroit. And the Bible says that they that wait upon the Lord,
all right,
he will renew your strength.
Yes.
And he'll mount you up wings like eagles. And you can run and not be weary. You can walk and not faint. And so when we wait on the Lord will answer. He does not always operate in our timing. Often we operate in chronos, seconds and minutes and days and months and years. But God operates in kairos and an appointed time.
All right.
And when God operates in his appointed time, he's always on time. So I'm just so honored to be here at this time in this season. And we're excited about what the Lord has already done, but we believe that God has greater things ahead of us.
Wow. I just believe that God does what he does the way he does it, and we need to let him do what he does. And we want to help him sometimes. We just okay, God, come on now. We want to help. He said, okay, I got this. You just leave me alone. I can do this, everybody. I don't need your help. I really do. I'm gonna do this. So just if we can just wait. Just be patient. He will do what he does, and he'll do it in a mighty way. And so he's doing it in a mighty way. He's doing it in a mighty way. As you talk about Motown and all the things that go on, those of us who grew up in Detroit, and we remember going to see the Motown shows for 50 cents at the Fox Theater,
Oh, wow.
And of course everybody rode a bus there. Nobody had a car. So we would all hop on the bus and go. If you went on a date, you went on the bus. You didn't get in the car, you went on the bus. And my kids and my grandkids laughed at me and said, yeah, we rode the bus. Well, Nana, you rode the bus on a date. We sure did. Got on the bus, went to the movies. Yes, we did. That's what we did. But everybody in Detroit knew about that because you went to high school with folks who were Motown stars. The Temptations. I went to high school with Melvin Franklin. He and I sang in the choir at Northern High School.
Oh, wow.
I mean, so you knew all those people, and you never dreamed that they would go to the levels that they are. In those days, they were just, singing with just the folks down the street, and Diane Ross and her sister. And I knew them, and you just know people, but it's not like they're going to be famous people. They're just the folks that you go to school with, the people you see all the time. And then when they get to be big stars, you think about that. God had something for them. He gave whatever he had for them. They were to experience it and get on a stage that was worldwide, not just Detroit or not just United States. People. Such a blessing to think back to those days, and just such a blessing still be around to think back to those days. So some folks are not around to think back to those days, but I'm good. I'm around. I'm still here. They thank the Lord. I keep saying He's leaving me here for some reason, whatever it is, God. Okay, just work it. Just let me know, and I'll just keep doing whatever it is you tell me to do. I know you're leaving me here for a reason, and I'm just gonna accept that. But as I see many of my friends passing on and going on to be with the Lord, I said, why am I still here? Guess the reason is, there's a reason. I got something for you. I got something for you to do. Okay, just let me know, and I'm here. I'll handle it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I'm just real thrilled to be able to sit with my pastor, everybody. Pastor Davis, Prospect Mission Baptist Church. He's been here about 6 months now.
Yes, ma'am.
So how are you doing with the cold weather?
Well, I'm grateful that I came in the latter part of December, January, so I got the coldness first.
Okay. Yes.
And so when I was driving, at times I realized I needed to get an SUV,
get through the snow and the ice,
or at least a 4-wheel drive, because there were times it was some slipping and sliding. And so now I'm prepared for the winter ahead. But I've been enjoying the spring. I enjoyed the spring. I'm enjoying the summer, and hopefully fall is not too bad. And then I'll just try to pray my way through the winter.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. You'll be in good company, because we'll all be praying our way through the winter. And I've been here all my life. I still don't like the winter. I love spring, summer, fall, but the winter, not my best time of year.
So it's true. We do get all 4 seasons.
We do get all 4 seasons.
We get all 4 seasons.
I know you guys don't know about that.
No.
You don't know about all 4 seasons, but yeah, we get all of it. The fall will be wonderful. You'll enjoy the fall.
Today is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's about 75, not too cold, not too hot. It's perfect for me. But the winter season is something that you have to pray your way through. There are times I drove to the church, I was like, wow. I said, Lord, I hope I make it.
Yes. You have to get some boots and gloves and scarves and coats and all that good stuff to get through the winter. Well, how are the children doing? How are they accepting this winter weather and this city of all this stuff going on?
Well, the children are acclimating fairly well. Now, even the children, the first day of snow, they was excited, because they was like, look, we have snow on the ground, Daddy, look at the snow. And then it came, and then it went away for a day and came back, and then it went away and it came back and came back. And then they was walking to school, just shortly, close. The school is walking distance from the home. And they were saying, Daddy, you got us walking in 10-inch snow. And so that was something to get adjusted to. But the weather now is something that they are loving, and they are meeting new friends, and just kind of getting acclimated to the community. My youngest son has a little job he loves to make it to, and he's always on time. He said, Daddy, don't have me late. And so I make sure he's there on time doing his little summer job. So the kids are acclimating well.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. The children have a way of adjusting faster than we do in many cases. They can sit back and watch what's going on, and they can make their way through. Sometimes you wonder about them, worry about them, and you look up and they're doing just fine. And there you were doing all this worrying, and the kids are looking at you like, what's the problem? We're okay. Yes, but children have a way of making it be okay for them and for you. As long as it's okay for them, it's going to be okay for you also. Because parents have to understand that the children are going to be okay. They lead us sometimes. As a matter of fact, I still have mine leading me. The grandchildren, they call me Nana, especially with my phone. Me and the phone have a special relationship. I can't do some stuff, and they take the phone. And I say, well, I can't do A, B, C, and D with the phone. And they take the phone, and then they, and like in 10 seconds, they've done whatever it was. I said, well, wait a minute, show me how to do it. You're doing it. I still don't know. I still can't do it. Well, that's all right, Nana. We'll do it for you. I thought, well, what about when you aren't around? Then what am I going to do? And so most of the times when they're not around, I just have to wait for them to come around so they can do it, because I still have to figure out how to do this doggone iPhone thing. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Some things maybe I'm not supposed to know how to do. Maybe that's why you're here, so you can show me how to do use these phones.
These things. A new iPhone comes out every year, and I kind of got an old one. I've had mine for the past 5 years, but it seems like around year 3 is when the iPhone start giving you glitches
And I think
and
it's plan-
problems,
it's
so you
planned
can get
that
another
way.
one.
Yes, I think they plan it that way so we can go spend all this other money. See, my one daughter, Sonia, and her husband, Kevin. Kevin is the guy that will go online and find me a used one
Uh-huh.
for next to nothing.
Yeah.
And then we take it to the store and they download everything. And there I am. I don't have to pay all that money because they know that I don't need all that stuff that's on those phones. I just need to be able to make a call and have them call me. That's all I need. But yeah, Kevin is does wonders at that. And Kevin is the car guy. Kevin is the car guy. He loves cars,
Wow.
does all sort repair, goes and buys old cars and fixes them up the way he wants them to
Okay.
be. He's a wonderful car guy.
What kind of cars do you have?
Whatever. He's got an old Jeep in the backyard now. And so of course, Sonia's fussing up a storm about all these cars in her backyard. He's got a Volkswagen and a Jeep are the two I know we've got right now. But he's got another old one, and I've forgotten, one of those small Ford pickup, a little bitty thing. But he gets them, and he goes online and figures out how to do it, and then he buys the parts and he repairs them.
Wow.
He's excellent. He went to he's his certified mechanic. The engineer by trade, graduate from the University of Michigan, works for AT&T, but he loves cars, so he went to Michigan Mechanical School and graduated. And he's a certified mechanic now.
Oh, wow.
So Kevin is quite the car guy. But so Kevin takes care of all the cars. Goes to the what's that show that they have every year? Sandy, the Michigan thingamajig up and down Woodward Avenue, where all the old cars are. You'll probably start hearing about it. But the Dream Cruise. Where all the old cars are, and from Michigan Avenue, from probably 9 Mile to West Bloomfield up to 13, 14, 15, 16 Mile Road, nothing but on Woodward Avenue, nothing but all old cars and it's really neat to watch because they're line the street and they'll have all the old cars. You can go and look at the old cars big time. And it's coming up in probably mid-August sometime.
Okay.
It'll be coming up. So if
Definitely
you're a
wanna
car
check it
person,
out.
that's something you will want to check out. So everybody goes to the Dream Cruise and all the old cars. And it started at 9 Mile, but now the folks in Detroit have their own that starts at 8 coming south. And so the Palmer Park area will have lots of the old cars, and you'll have a great time watching the old cars and seeing all the people who talk about the years they were built and why they have it and when they bought it and how old it is and how they've reconstructed them, and big deal. So Dream Cruise, put that on your list.
Cruise is on my list. There's lots to do here in the city of Detroit.
Lots of stuff to do. Lots of stuff to do. Final comments.
Well, Miss Bell, I want to say thank you for inviting me to your show today. Your show has meant a lot to the city of Detroit, and it's a faith show, that's where we're able to express our faith and express the things that we believe about our God. I'm so humbled for the invitation, and again, I want to say we thank you for those of you who are in the community who have been praying for New Prospect that they would send a shepherd under a pastor. Thank you for your prayers, and thank you for those of you that have partnered with New Prospect over the years. I'm just grateful and humbled to be new to the city of Detroit. I look forward to connecting with so many of you in the near future.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm just so excited to be able to introduce you. We've been talking about my pastor. I'm just glad to be able to say I'm my pastor. Thank you, Pastor Davis. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the stuff you're doing at New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church. Stuff is coming. Those 100 people, we're going to exceed that.
God bless you.
We're going to exceed that. Okay, everybody. We thank you for joining us on the Community Bell Show. We'll see you next Monday at 4:00. Take care. Have a great week.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, Tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
For over 60 years, Elmar's Furs has been a staple in Metro Detroit, setting the standard for luxury furs and craftsmanship. With a passion for excellence, Elmar's offers the finest selection of mink, chinchilla, sheared mink, and fox furs. From custom designs to one-of-a-kind pieces, Elmar's ensures every client leaves with the look they've always dreamed of. Elmar's also offers monogramming, cleaning, repairs, and appraisals, ensuring the fur stays as beautiful as the day you bought it. Elmar's Furs, where elegance is affordable.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.